This is Pranav Guha Thakurta from EduTV. Today, we have with us Mr. Kumar Shekhar Vijendra. He's a Chancellor, Shobit University. Welcome, sir. Sir, as because of the pandemic, we are witnessing reverse migration of skilled workers, unskilled workers, laborers. There are many problems arising because of the same. Can we have your views and advice on the effect of reverse migration and deurbanization on education?
Thank you very much, Pranav, for inviting me. And as always, you have a very relevant topic to discuss today. When we look at reverse migration or deurbanization, as you mentioned, actually, these are two terms we were using since long.
Right.
And everybody was talking about it, that how it should happen. We were trying to make it happen.
Right, sir.
Everybody, all policymakers, we were talking that reverse migration, how it can be there, how we can start it. This pandemic, this crisis has made it possible. I understand there are challenges. I understand that when the labor or skilled, unskilled, whatsoever way, when they go back, they may not find opportunities for livelihood over there. The same problem will be here because we were so much dependent, our industry was dependent on them. And everybody over here in big cities is dependent on them. But you know, when I look at this topic, Mahatma Gandhi said that we need Swaraj. And that Swaraj was not only that we will have from Britishers, we will come and we will rule. It will become Swaraj. If we go deep into the concept of Swaraj, it was that there should not be any migration. The same way Panchayat Raj came when we said decentralization of power and policy making should happen. And there should be policy making for the local needs on the local circumstances.
Right.
So the same thing is happening now. What happened actually when we called skilled labor? So generally the skills we imparted to the youth, they were such that they were not able to use their skills at their own places.
Correct.
Whatever agencies we had, we always tried our best to ensure that after completing his education or getting a skill, he should migrate. The biggest dream in our villages is to go to a city. Even if you are going illegal colony or you call it a jhopadi or whatever name you give it, but we made it a dream of our youth, an aspiration of our youth that they should go back. They should go to the cities. Now,
Right.
when they are going back, what are the challenges and options I look at? If I look, Pranav, at our own, one of the organization, one of our university, as you are aware, we have two universities.
Right, sir.
One of the universities in Meerut, and the second university is in a town called Gango in district Saharanpur, Western Uttar Pradesh. So around 20 years back, when we decided that we will go back there and we will start a hospital over there, we will develop an engineering college over there, you know what was told to us? People said that, are you crazy? People from village, they go to Delhi, and from Delhi now you are planning to go back to a village where ITI should be there. You are dreaming to have an engineering college. So, you know, we were discouraged. And this is not the case only with us. This is a case even after 20 years, the same mindset is there. But what happened? We started that institution. Now today we have a university over there.
Right, sir.
Thousands of students are studying there. All facilities are available there. Because what basic needs are there for a person? Why people migrate? They migrate to have the basic facilities. They are education facility for my child, health facilities for me and for my parents, basic facility to live a peaceful life, and social security that I am safe here.
Right.
That one institution created all those facilities over there. And within no time, a reverse migration started there. What was that reverse migration? 20 years back, there was not even a dhaba. There was no proper shop for anything which is required by today's young people. People were going out to find jobs. But today from district headquarters, from Saharanpur, people are coming to establish a Pizza Hut over there.
Good one.
Where we were not finding a cycle shop, now motorcycle and car agencies are there.
Okay.
All big brands you can find in that village, that town. And why it happened? Because we were in position to create the facilities, the basic facilities, what are required. And this is a capitative resource and source of income which is coming every month over there. Around 5,000 rupees if I take that every person must be spending in local economy every month, and thousands of them are there. So if 4,000 are there, 4,000 multiplied by 5,000, this much money is coming every month. It is pumped in the economy of the town.
Great.
And everything is started. Coaching centers started there, computer center started there, all other facilities, whatever is required, they started over there. You know, what we have to do? People have gone back. I know it is a temporary thing because there again in a day or two, we cannot create these facilities.
Right.
It is not like that tomorrow there will be universities or institutions. But we have to take this as an opportunity to develop such organizations, infrastructure over there that people find job over there itself.
Correct.
They should contribute in the progress of their local areas. This is exactly what is required. This is again, if I come to Swaraj, it was like that only. हमें अपने लोकल स्किल को सिखाना है, हमें वो अपने आप सीखना है जिससे मैं लोकली एम्प्लॉयबल हो सकूं. In every town, in every city, in every district, in every state, we have very specific art, very specific skill sets.
Right, sir.
Required over there. So now in education sector, what we have to do, that we have to see that one, how we can upskill those who are there for their local requirement based skill. To educational institutions, be it university, degree colleges, even schools, or skill development institutions, we have to see that we need to impart such skills which are required locally. Generally, what happens that a child will come to me from a village. I will tell him, okay, I will teach you computer and how to speak English.
Right.
What will happen to him? Then I am creating one more migrant.
Right.
Because he will not get a job with that skill and he will not do a local job because now I can speak English.
Right.
So he will go again to Delhi or a big city और एक झुग्गी में रहने के लिए एक और बच्चा हमने तैयार कर दिया. हम उसे कि वहाँ एग्रीकल्चर में स्किल दें, हम वहाँ लोकल जो भी वहाँ की स्पेशलाइजेशन से उसमें स्किल दें, वहाँ एम्प्लॉयमेंट की अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्रिएट करें, तो वो बच्चा वहाँ से जाएगा नहीं क्योंकि वहाँ उसका घर है, वहाँ उसका परिवार है. So now the challenge with educational institutions is that we have to shift and we have to develop those opportunities where local skill sets can be imparted and employment can be generated. As I must have mentioned earlier also to you that Shobit University has come up with an initiative called SEIZ. This is a Skill Entrepreneurship Innovation Zone. Actually, this SEIZ is a part of the university. When we are not using our infrastructure, we allow external boys and girls to come and use it free of cost. And what we are trying to do, that locally, whatever skills are required for employment, we are connected with local industry, local stakeholders, and we impart those skills to local boys and girls so that they get a job there. So these initiatives have to be taken. This is one. Number two, if I look at as a disaster, that now what will happen to the industry, it is a temporary phase, fortunately or unfortunately. Many people will be forced to come back. Today, if we look at television, if we look at media reports, many of them are telling that I will not come back. But if livelihood opportunities are not there, if bread and butter is not there, if basic life serving or life saving facilities are not there, people will come back. But I take it as an opportunity for educational institutions that they should rethink now. We should identify local skills. In Uttar Pradesh, the government has started one district, one product scheme. It means in every district, whatever product was there, historically popular, historically important, government is trying to promote that.
Right.
So I believe these skilled people, those who have gone there, we should work with them so that they can become entrepreneurs. They can start on their own. Even in this package, which has been declared by central government for small scale industries, some schemes are there. For startups, some schemes are there. They need to be explored. And I always believe that in every crisis, there is a silver line. When disruption is there, it means new creation will happen. And that new creation will be of new opportunities. That new creation will be of new thought process. It will be a new normal will come in the society that we have to work.